What's going on, everyone? I'm Chase, and this is my review of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, this is the latest installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and is the first one to lead us off into Phase 4. I don't count Black Widow because that is a prequel, but this is the first film that kind of leads us into unknown territory post-Endgame, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But if you don't know what this one is about, Shang-Chi, the master of unarmed weaponry-based kung fu, is forced to confront his past after being drawn into the Ten Rings organization run by his father. So a lot of family drama going on, and it's directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, and that family drama is very important because Destin Daniel Cretton and his filmography, that is what he's best at, and I'll explain more when we break it down, but he was the perfect choice for this, for sure. And so going into it, I'm going to be honest with you, the trailers underwhelmed me. Now, I'm already ingrained into this universe. You could literally put out the worst trailer possible. I'm still going to see it because I'm 13 years into this. It's kind of hard not to go see it. It's kind of hard to just cold stop it after Endgame because I'm just curious. I want to see what happens next with existing characters, new characters, how the world is going to expand. And of course, they've been doing that very well with the Disney Plus shows this year, but this is the first movie to dive into that. And the trailers were just, like I said, they were not clicking with me, and I didn't know why. So I saw the movie. I like it quite a bit, and it is a damn fine attempt at an origin film, and I think it's one of their better ones when it comes to origin films and solo films with a completely new character. This was a very solid film, and I highly enjoyed it. Can't wait to see it again. Bought my tickets for opening night on Thursday. Can't wait to see it with a larger crowd. So let's kind of break this down. Director Destin Daniel Cretton. I am aware of him from Short Term 12. I just saw Just Mercy on a plane like a few months back. So I am aware of what he does. I'm a huge fan of him. And, he's worked with Brie Larson quite a bit. I'm glad that he has like his actors and stuff that he goes to. He was also the director of The Glass Castle. That's what I was trying to look up. I didn't see that one. But I am such a huge fan of Short Term 12 that I was automatically ready to follow this guy throughout his entire career. And to see him land with such a big budgeted movie, I was curious because the majority of his filmography are small indie films or small-ish films. How is he going to handle the action sequences? How is he going to handle big VFX shots? How is he going to composite everything while also balancing the story elements and the characters and honing that in because that's what he's best at. Like, how was he going to balance everything? I think he did a great job, honestly. To start with his strengths as a filmmaker and kind of bleeding into this film, the family drama between Shang-Chi and his father, his sister, his friend Katie, played by Aquafina, all of that is handled really well. The family aspect and just everyone dealing with their own separate thing. The tragedy between the son and the daughter, the father, the mother, the aunt, like everything. It's just so well handled, and you really care for these people. You really feel for them and their journey. Even with his father making mistake after mistake after mistake and really kind of turning evil, you get why he's doing everything. Even though he's not really looking at the full picture, you understand like why he's doing it, and you even care about, the sadness that's kind of dwelling underneath him. And I loved all the conversations between Shang-Chi and his father. They were really just kind of heartfelt and really kind of got you in the emotions a little bit. And you're like, okay, this is really well handled. I love this because when you're introducing a new character to the majority of the audiences that's never heard of him before, including myself, you really have to get to know these people in one movie, one go around. This is your chance. And I think just knowing the world that Destin built around Shang-Chi being this kind of unabashedly like weird and fantasy driven type of setting, while also having like the core elements, which is the tragedy within the family, it's really well done on that level. And so I cared about everyone. I want to see more. That would be my only like real gripe is like I want to see more of them. Now I want to see them explore the family history now, given the end credit scene. And so, uh, you know, to kind of dive into like the bigger aspects about the film, action wise and just spectacle wise, that blew my mind. There's a lot of sequences in this film that really kind of have this light and airy choreography and stunt work while also packing a real punch when it is hit with something. It's just this wonderful dance that is captured on screen, and I love the way the camera moved and really kind of captured everything in long form. You get to see every single hit, every single blow. You felt every single time when Shang-Chi got hit or when someone got hit that you cared about. They keep getting knocked down and they keep standing back up. The action in this is it's really good. And I'm glad that they really kind of honed in on making this such a spectacle VFX wise, but also having this hand-to-hand combat that really add to the stakes in the story and the characters. But really enjoyed that. And then as far as like VFX action sequences go and everything, that third act, that climactic battle is some of the most impressive VFX work I've seen in a Marvel movie so far. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. Really great character design and just texture and just believability and just taking up the screen and feeling like this epic threat. It just, everything about that on that front, fantastic. Speaking of the VFX work, some of the green screen is a little bit muddy. When characters have a specific amount of light on their face and they have a dark and murky background, it can poke out a little bit and not be as believable and blended as well. But that's nitpicky stuff, and I know people on Twitter are going to pull certain scenes out of this movie and go, look, see, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is bad because of this one scene. Doesn't make it a bad movie. It's just, yes, some of the green screen actual compositing work is noticeable, but it's not something to bring down a movie, but I already know people on Twitter are going to go crazy for it. So enjoy that, I guess. And then, I mentioned this earlier, but the world building that Destin creates really kind of just being this full-blown fantasy and this otherworldly thing, even though it takes place on Earth, it really just kind of transports you to that area, and they did a really great job setting that up and just building this whole entire thing out, introducing us to new characters and to new worlds and creatures. Well done on that part. Now, Destin Daniel Cretton is a co-writer on this film, and for the most part, I think introducing this character in this world to everyone in a little over 2 hours it's a lot of story to tell, and I think for the most part, they did a pretty good job. It does kind of lag a little bit in the second act. It does feel like, it slows down a little bit. And it's like there's a lot of dense information being given to us, and like at a certain point, it kind of like stretches for a little bit too long. But other than that, the two things about the story that really bothered me the most is a plot point that really kind of affects how people get to the final destination in the film. And I guess I misheard it, but it seemed like it was kind of not believable when one person made it there and the other person also made it there, considering that there were obstacles in the way. I'll let you watch it and you'll understand what I'm talking about, but that kind of bothered me. And the addition of a certain character that comes back from a previous film was there for comedic effect, but I really didn't find it necessary to be there overall. Kind of just dead weight, and I felt like probably shouldn't have been in there. I think the mention of the character kind of earlier on was fine. I just thought a certain recurring character didn't really even need to be there. So let's move on to the acting. Simu Liu is Shang-Chi. He is our lead in the film. At first, I'm not going to lie, he was a bit cold in his delivery. He looked like he was like nervous, and it looked like he was script reading, and I didn't really feel it. But that was his delivery style, and once I got used to it, I really started to appreciate his character more. And then by the end of it, I loved him. I wanted to see more. So it was a bit rocky at first, but I really got a hold of like what his acting style is like. And I think this is the first thing I've seen him in, so maybe that's always how he's done it, but that's how it kind of felt. But as he kind of found his footing, I really appreciated him as the lead, and I cannot wait to see where he goes from here. Awkwafina is his friend. She's always a breath of fresh air. She's bright, she's bubbly, adds a lot of comedic value to each scene. Really enjoy seeing her and stuff, so she can be in anything for till the end of time. Michelle Yeoh makes an appearance towards the latter half of the film, but she's really great. She always makes an impact in whatever she does, and so I always love seeing her. And then Wong as a surprise kind of Avengers thing. This isn't like a spoiler because this was in the trailers. I love Benedict Wong. I love his character. He can literally just hop in any movie he wants to in this universe, and I will just absolutely find it awesome. So, but my favorite person is Tony Leung. I am aware of his filmography. I will admit on camera that there are blind spots, and I have not seen a lot of his filmography, but I'm aware of how prolific he is, how legendary he is, and I need to watch more. That's just straight up. I will tell you that. But in this particular movie, he is amazing, and he's the perfect foil and perfect casting for Shang-Chi. He goes through this range of emotions, range of feelings that we have towards him. There are certain scenes where he's very lovable, he's very kind, cares about his kids, then he neglects his kids, then he turns full-on evil, and you hate his guts just from the simple stares and the looks that he gives you. It's amazing stuff. And then at the very end, I won't say what happens, but then you start to feel for him again. You're like, wow. Like, I appreciate, like what he's doing. Like, he's almost like, he's turning it around a full 360 just from the way he acts and the way he carries himself. And it's such a great performance. And I love the dynamic between him and Simu. Really great kind of father son bonding moments, and just that's where the core of the story is, and you have to cast the right people for that, and I think they killed it on that front. So I think all the performances all around, even just ones that pop up temporarily, whether they be henchmen of the Ten Rings, fun little goons running around, or people in the so-called village that they go to. I just thought everyone really kind of added a lot to the overall personality of the world that they were trying to build, and I really appreciated that. So, the performances all around are fantastic. I think I mentioned pretty much everything else. It does, the pacing a little bit in the middle kind of is thrown off just a hair to where I thought it could have been picked up a little bit more. That's why they also front-loaded Act 1 with 2 action sequences, and then Act 2 is all exposition and family drama, and then the third one is just kind of bonkers with the final climactic battle. But the VFX work, like I said, also really great. Some of the green screen work could have been cleaned up a little bit more, but the VFX work in creature design, mind-blowing. Some of the best I've seen in this universe thus far. I'm not even joking. So, really great stuff on that front. It's shot well, because when you're dealing with a lot of, choreography, hand-to-hand combat, you need to have some fluid cinematography, you need to have engaging cinematography, really kind of just put yourself in that moment with them, and it's really exhilarating to watch. There's a lot of long shots, like I mentioned, really just showcasing the brutality of the fight scenes and everything. So you feel those punches, you feel those hits. It's really great stuff. Music is also really great. Does feel like a Harry Potter film at times. I know my wife really enjoyed that. She loves that franchise as well as I do. But the music is really nice. Soundtrack, the songs that were chosen kind of remind me of a mini playlist from the Guardians movies and stuff. So that was cool, mixed in with a really epic and swelling score. That all came together. Guys, I don't know what else to tell you. I think I pretty much hit on everything. The end credit scenes, without spoiling anything, do have huge ramifications for Shang-Chi and the future of his movies, and then also the whole MCU overall. So Definitely some powerful ones for sure, and I just can't wait for the next one. So, next Shang-Chi, and just the next installment of this universe. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is a good origin film. It really is, and I'm just curious to see where they go from it. But great introduction to this character, this world, and yeah, I couldn't be prouder of it. So there you go. What did you guys think of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings? Please comment down below and let me know whether you loved it, you hated it. Tell me that I'm wrong. I love it. I love the combativeness in the comments. I love reading all you guys' interpretations and thoughts on everything, even if I don't reply to all of them. So let me know down below what you thought of the movie. And that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.